there. But Switzerland, Austria, Ukraine, Norway, the leading 4 teams, with Dunkley dropping from 1st down into 5th, but no real damage done.
Na, akkor mindenkit sorsan szeretettel köszöntök mindenkit itt a...
Difficult situation, the Italians racing. What's the thinking about Vera on 2, Vitotti on 3?
They seem to swap and change. They're looking for the perfect formula. They haven't found it yet.
Mindenkit köszöntöttek teljes szívemből itt a Biathlon világkupa. És akkor folytatódik a Biathlon világkupa csehországi fordulójával, és ugye az első verseny az ugye Csehországban, Městóban, a női váltóverseny, és most aznak megy a közvetítése, úgyhogy az első helyen áll Svájc, minden igaz, de meg is nézem nektek, mert már sajnálom, hogy késtem.
There's Dunkley, I think, pushed the pace on that last loop. The tempo just looks suspiciously slow from what she showed us earlier. Kadush, on the other hand, full of life, having shot well, fast and clear on that standing shoot. And she got an 8th place in the individual in Pachuca, Mike. That was a really good result, just missing a target on the last shoot.
Shooting range.
It's only one target, and historically her shooting has been a weaker aspect. She always shoots fast. I thought that was brilliant. And on that day, the Swiss team, all 4 athletes top 18, and they really expected a medal in this race, the relay, but they had one of the worst relays of the season. They finished 12th.
Well, I think the Norwegians will be quietly confident at the moment. They're heading France, they're heading Sweden, they're heading Germany, the 3 teams that can deny them the relay crystal globe. But if anyone's been watching the Nordic World Championships, you might be wanting a fresh winner. Norway totally dominant. And again winning the women's relay today. They got a clean sweep in the men's 15K yesterday. And I guess they're odds-on favourite to take the men's relay tomorrow. Going to be an absolute drive.
21 váltó van, Németország, Svédország, Franciaország, Norvégia, Oroszország, Fehér Oroszország, Ukrajna, Oroszország, Ausztria, Csehország, Svájc, Lengyelország, Amerika, Kanada, Finnország, Észtország, Japán, Szlovákia, Korea, Szlovénia és Kazahsztán. Na, akkor a norvégoknál ugye az első ember volt Ingrid Landmarten, de volt a koszakoknál Julia Schwager, a franciáknál ugye Ellie Vesconda, amerikaiaknál ugye Susan Dunkley, a oroszoknál svédeknél Mona Börs, szlovákoknál Ivo Sziákov, ugye
From someone who's always been in the shadow of enormous names. Tandebolt is one of those big names now, and I just feel that for the rest of this season and next year we're going to see something really special from her.
It's so good. It's just the confidence. The factor was in the mind. It was confidence. Releasing that confidence, great things can happen. This is a wonderfully close relay. It was 2.5 separating the first 4 teams. So Norway hand over duty to Tyrrell Eckhoff, who of course got a fairly impressive haul of medals from Pachuca, but they are a long way from getting clear of the chasers. Austria just 2.5, France at 10.4, still dangerous. The RBU at 18. Are we allowed to call them Russia again, Mike? I think we are. I think we are. That was for World Championships. We may refer to them now as Russia. Well, that was a WADA decision, wasn't it? And it was taken to the Court of Arbitration that this shouldn't be happening, but everyone agreed it should.
Van ezt a hintszátja, Hammersmittet.
Yeah, quite what effect it has compared to not being allowed a race, I'm not sure, but small steps. Japan down in 15, who is down the bottom who shouldn't be? Italy, Mike, 17th position at the moment. That's a disastrous start for them.
So a lot of work. 50, yeah, just under a minute, 53 seconds. San Filippo using 2 spare rounds each time in. That's painful.
Interesting that the leading teams, Mike, are nowhere near the quickest time in the range. They tend to be middle of the field, just giving away 4 or 5 seconds. I guess that's because they've got the confidence they can ski themselves out of trouble. But Norway, Switzerland, Ukraine, the 3 top teams at the moment.
És akkor Ingridet váltják, Hoff. Hát akkor a norvégok állnak az élen, ugye? A országoknál akkor a második emberről ugye a Katarina Innenhofer, a ukránoknál Jima, utána pedig Aita Gasparen, utána Justin Brace, az a amerikaiaknál Rédi, utána a fehér oroszoknál Zinana Animbekava, a oroszoknál Kazakevics az oroszoknál, a kanadaiaknál Moser, a svédeket ugye Hanna Öberg viszi, a észteknél Taliheim, a németeknél Hintz, a lengyeleknél Kaminazsuk és a olaszoknak a második ember az Wierer lesz, a finneknek Mari Éder, és ugye a szlovákoknál pedig a Ivana Fialkova, utána a nővére Paulina Fialkova vett át a stafétabotot. Utána jönnek a kóriak, ugye Anna Frónina, a második ember. A csehek nagyon hátul vannak. Hát nekik érem az jó nehezen nem lesz. De mondjuk az a furcsát, hogy lehetnek amúgy győztesek még helyzék is. Az osztrákok. Egy erős női verseny árán lehet. Mert ugye most volt Julia Schwager, most Innenhofer, mert hogyha Innenhofer nem szólja el, akkor jó lehet. Hát nincs nagyon meleg, de hideg sincs nagyon, de viszont
the leading teams just through 7.7 here in Nové Město. The women's 4x6 kilometer relay. Norway, Austria, Ukraine, Switzerland, France, America, the top 6. And then we've got Belarus down in 7 with Olimpakova.
De azért össze tudták rakni a pályát, hogy...
And the pace maybe is not Tyrrell Eckhoff full out. Often you'd expect to see her pull away, but I think the Norwegians have learnt, Mike, and we've seen it a number of times this year, that on courses like this, and certainly in Pachuca, respect the course, take that first lap pretty steady.
And I think a number of races at the World Championships, Tyrrell Eckhoff very much showed that control. No point going full pace if it's cross country, maybe you get straight up into your race pace, then feel good, keep attacking. Tyrrell Eckhoff often holding back until after her first shoot. At Germany, Patrick suffering, of course, leg number 1. And that was Hammerschmidt. She shoots well, but she doesn't have the speed, so they have an awful lot of work to do now. They're down in 13th place at the handover, 41 seconds behind.
Yeah, and that's grown to 45 already with Vanessa Hintz. Starting to wonder whether they've got a ski issue, as we saw from the Swedes. Incidentally, if you were with us at the World Championships in Oberstdorf, the Swedish coach, or the Swedish waxing has taken full responsibility for Sweden's performance today. That's doesn't help Sweden, but it's nice that someone can hold his hands up.
I was going to say, will this be the new normal? Austria at the front of a relay competition in the women's field, coming in for the second leg shoot, prone.
The leading 5 teams all missing. Belarus with a chance to steal the lead. Well, they had a chance. Not quite quick enough, though, but good solid shooting. They clear 5 with 5. Switzerland, 1 mistake, and they'll stay in the top 3 or 4 teams. Mistakes from Austria, but they won't be far off the mark. And it will stay a fairly tight affair. 7.5 seconds between the top 5. Estonia are on the loop.
Germany, the pace from Hintz too much for her. She's missed the first 2 shots. Serious situation now. That crystal globe, which they nearly had their hands on, the hands have moved further away at the moment.
Yeah, vintage Vera, Mike. I don't know if you saw that. 5 with 5, quicker than anyone else. We'll try and get a readout on the range times. Moser actually the fastest, 43.6 for her range time. Vera just a fraction behind that, but Vera was quicker with the sticks down, sticks up.
Well, Germany, the other athletes breathing a huge sigh of relief there. The targets have gone down, but a big chasing game. I reckon over a minute behind the Germans will find themselves.
Yeah, they were slow, 25 seconds slower than Canada and Italy in the range. That's a massive margin to give away. And Germany have just come out. 1:01 is the margin. This is the target of Tyrrell Eckhoff. Just 1 miss. That was it. High right. She looks calm, Mike. The World Championship tension has gone.
Very calm. I love the way she very quickly placed that spear round into the chamber. Great drills, fast drills.
Majority of athletes doing skate 2 up the hill. Gasparin, Aita Gasparin using slightly easier gear.
Well, I'm surprised this relay is still so tight with 8 teams, 10 seconds. Not bad at all, and Tyrrell Eckhoff still feels for me that she's got more to give in terms of track pace.
France with Brézard Boucher. Now the French, their worst result in the relay that still stands is 5th, so they've got to finish 5th or better to pick up any points at all, and they're only 2 points ahead of Norway at the start of today. So whichever team wins between France and Norway, should Germany not improve their position or Sweden move up into the top 3, then it will be that team that wins. And actually, if Norway beats Sweden, they win automatically.
Mondjuk igazából a Norvégia ide a olimpiai bajnokcsapat hozta, úgyhogy ők nem bíznak semmit sem véletlenre, ahogy látom, úgyhogy...
Huge amount of time, and well, the athletes still to come. Janina Hetish, great up through a rifle, doesn't quite have the track time, and a lot of pressure.
Holnap lesz a férfi hátul, amikor de egyenesen majd fogok ugye majd nektek ugye este majd leközvetíteni. Most pedig estétől lesz egy Biathlon VB podcast majd, úgyhogy majd azon is várok majd titeket.
Wanted an extra day off. She is planning to race on Saturday. And on Saturday they have the sprint event. So tomorrow was a day off for the women anyway. We're expecting to see Denise Herman in action on Saturday in the sprint, and then of course in the pursuit on Sunday. Next week we stay here. Sprints on Thursday, Friday, pursuit Saturday, and then mixed relay and single mixed relay on Sunday.
And the grand final all the way back up to Scandinavia. So Sweden stepping in to stage that one, stepping in late, but well, be a nice home welcoming for their own athletes.
Közben majd jövő héten fog majd a IBU kupa majd befejezni. Mármint ugye befejeződni, szóval. Mert ugye ez mindig is így volt, hát ugye a IBU kupa, meg ugye hát a Junior VB-t az hamarabb véget ért, mint ugye hát a világkupa, úgyhogy...
Norwegians are a team that really focus on technique and efficiency, Mike.
They always have.
Hát nagyon, de...
At the cross-country World Championships, I'm always amazed that even when their legs are so tired, so fatigued,
innen még lehet minden jó érem. Innen még lehet érem.
Still maintain are quite incredible. Well trained from a very young age.
Can you name any top athletes that you would actually take them aside and work on the technique?
Őbe reggel figyel, akiknek ugye zseniális volt a VB-jük. Norvégoknak, úgyhogy... Na nézzük.
He's pretty much there. Not much to adjust there at all. Vera, Patrick, has pulled back from 17th at the exchange to 11th. I feel she may...
A fehér oroszok már is rontanak egyet. Norvégia mehet tovább, Ukrán és osztrák is ő egy hibát, a svájciak is, a osztrákok 2-t. Na nézzük, hogy ki tud menni utána. Ukrán és Svájc, jó, Kanada is ront egyet. Lehet, hogy lesz egy osztrák büntetőkör. Jó, Amerika jó, és Hannover Biathlon, az jó. Nézzük Wieert. És lesz egy osztrák büntetőkör. És az oroszok is rontanak egyet. A kanadaiak. Mari Éder is ront egyet, és akkor az osztrákoknak lesz egy büntetőkör, már biztos, még a oroszoknak kérdéses. A oroszok jó, a kanadaiak nem lesz nekik, a oroszoknak sem, és a finneknek sem. A japánoknak viszont, hogyha van még egyet, akkor te nem. Jó, a lengyeleknek pedig a kazakok pedig mehetnek tovább. A németeknek 2 hiba, Hinz. A németek nagyon nincsenek a helyzetnek. A magaslatán nincsenek nagyon. Jön ott a németek nagyon nincsenek ott, úgyhogy... Hát ez egy nagyon tiszta norvég győzelemnek tűnik eddig.
4 gold medals from the recent World Championships. That was nice shooting from Brézard Boucher. Well, this is where we will see whether Eckhoff has been saving something. She came out of the range just 2.3 clear of France. That has certainly grown, but not by an enormous margin, maybe up to 4-5 seconds. And that is all she is going to hand to Ida Lien, who takes the next leg.
Eckhoff is beszáz, meg ugye Árnivel kapva az első 3, és akkor ne fejön a második, a harmadik helyre. Ugye, megrőzte még ott a könnyen előtt, utána jön Hannover, Reed és Gasparen.
Not finding anything on this last loop, but just to check her position at the exchange, Sweden were 29. So actually, Hanna Öberg losing time. There's definitely a loss of form there, and I know Scott might be absolutely puzzled by how she could have been so good at the beginning of the season, and then nothing has worked for her since Christmas.
Very sad. I thought she was going to be
a finneknek nehéz lesz érmet csinálni, mivel ők nem olyan jók, na mindegy.
It was a major drop-off, a very quick drop-off in form. Possibly too many hours in percentage increase in the summer months, and it can jump up quite quickly and bite you.
2.3 to 6.5 useful seconds. It's one spare round, and Eckhoff knows that that can make all the difference in these relays. Ida Lien will like a decent lead.
És akkor a harmadik váltó a norvégoknál Ida Lien lesz, és az ára pedig Marte Åsby Rőzenán lesz. De először még Lien fog a pályára lépni, a harmadik váltó emberként.
I thought she was so smooth under great pressure. I was surprised at the World Championship she didn't go second leg. The pressure grows as this relay moves on, but she was third at the World Championships and proved herself well. She's third today again.
A franciáknak pedig azt hiszem Simon jön.
Norwegians certainly could have gained a little bit of time there, but they get away without any damage, without any penalties. France cut the line a little bit finer, but they need to. The pressure is on. Second place, Chevalier. Chloe Chevalier on course for them now. Ukraine. Fine performance by Ukraine, and of course they got the bronze medal at the Worlds with a really solid run from Blaszko on leg 3.
I was happy to see that. They had so many fourths during that World Championships. Or Petrushina, I should say, had.
Well, as things stand at the moment, Mike, Norway aren't going to win the relay title, but they are not in a comfortable position. 11.1 seconds. Ekhoff eking out every single second over that last 500 meters. Really good work from her. And a good sprint into the finish. Italy 1:09 behind. Good leg from Dorothea Vera. When she took over, they were 53 behind, and she's gone from 17th all the way up to 8th.
Interesting athlete just underway for Finland at 35-year-old. She's making her debut racing for Finland. Used to race for Belarus, and she is a very good biathlete.
Itt jön Hanna Szúna, mert ő ugye hát a harmadik ember a fehér orosz váltónak, és akkor mindjárt majd érkezünk hamarosan a harmadik váltó embereknek a első lövészetéhez.
Welcome back to Nové Město. That's the exchange between the Ukrainian team. Now, I think they got the loop of the ski stick stuck on the buttock, and that meant that the hand did not make contact with the body. I'm not sure they weren't out of the box when they eventually did make contact, Mike.
That's not good if that is the case. Maybe I felt there was that the first contact was with her, only with the rifle, so there had to be a second contact to be safe. I couldn't quite tell if they were out, and generally you'd be called back or you get penalised if that is the case. Can't see anything coming up on my screen that there's an issue, and every handover is being visually watched by the side, so hopefully they've got away with it.
Yeah, I think if she hadn't gone for the second touch, she would have been fine, because she almost pulled Merkashina off balance by pulling that rifle over to the left-hand side. But we'll wait and see. No asterisks or no footnotes on the computer at the moment as we watch France with Chloe Chevalier. And Chevalier trying to chase down that deficit of 11.4 seconds. It is growing, but very, very slowly.
Hanna Sola looking very smooth, very easy there coming in.
The gaping mouth from Merkashina, just trying to get every molecule of oxygen into those lungs. So the 5th shoot of 8 in the women's relay. Norway, who have pretty much had it their own way so far. A little bit of jostling on leg number 1, but Eckhoff was totally in control.
The 3 lead teams have only used 2 spare rounds so far in this race.
Well, you can see the flags just on the right-hand side. Nové Město is seldom as easy as this.
Jó, elég rontás nélkül, amire kimondtam nem, úgyhogy ilyen ront egyet. Chevalier és ők kettőt, Szóla is kettőt, most már.
By 6, Norway first to clear, and remember when they came in, they had a lead of 12.1. Chloe Chevalier is in trouble, Mike. 4 rounds, well now 3 rounds and 3 targets remaining. I'd be surprised if second place isn't snatched away. Could be Sweden who come through. Oh, look at Sweden now with Lynn Persson.
Look at the amount of targets missed. So
these athletes have really pushed the pace on the track. And suffering for it right now. Ukrán büntetőkör lesz, és lesz francia büntetőkör is lesz. Fehér Oroszország mehet tovább, és Amerika is mehet tovább. És mehet tovább. Fehér Oroszország, igen. Ukrajna egy büntetőkör, Francia és olaszok mehetnek tovább, és
into second place, having come in 6th, 43 seconds. So she's gained 12 seconds on Norway, and she's put a 2-second margin over herself and Belarus. Brilliant shooting.
Norvégia, Amerika, Fehér Oroszország, Svéd, Oroszország.
It would be even better if it's the 4th leg. Let's wait and see. It could turn out that way. Italy have been slowly climbing back up from 17th, and Lisa Vitozzi putting in a good lap. She needs a clean shoot as she settles on the map. Austria get 5 down, but 2 spares required. Each spare, remember, between 6 and 10 seconds. Sometimes if you fumble it, it can take you 10.
Oh, Hettish, so close there. She nearly got away with it. And that would have saved her, yes, 6-7 more seconds. Oh, and again, pressure now.
Yeah, if they want that crystal globe, Mike, they've got to go for it, and they've got to take some risks, otherwise it is not coming their way. But when you rush, this is what happens. 1, 2, 3 wide. That last target, apparently smaller than the rest. Down it goes eventually. Korea on the penalty loop, and Germany came into that shoot down in 13th position, and they were 155 behind. I just can't see them pulling that margin back. They're now 207, and I think they can kiss goodbye to the relay globe.
Na hát akkor a sorrendok ugye továbbra is. Lian, Szóla, Égen, Persson és Vitozzi.
What a haulix that last shoot was.
Oh, well, what a mess. That's the pressure, isn't it? There's a lot of stake today, the crystal ball, but it seems to have really affected the team. Some of the teams chasing that prize. Teams coming back into the race, though. Russia, Kuklina did well there, into 6th position, and Vitozzi now taking the Italians from 17th after leg 1 all the way to 5th.
Yeah, good work from Vitozzi, now at 48 seconds, so she's gaining ground. I think she's on the best form we've seen all season. Here she is, looking lean and just more confident with the rifle. Only takes a couple of good results, change the mindset.
Yes, for me, the movement there,
te nem beszélsz, de látlak.
She just looks so strong, so fit right now towards the end of the season.
Azt nem értem, de jó.
Certainly compared to Chloe Chevalier, Mike, who you can see is struggling, using the upper body far more than the legs. And on those steep climbs, it's the legs that should be doing most of the work.
I was listening, obviously with no spectators, but Chloe Chevalier, for me, was getting the most coach attention, shouting at her all the way around. Positive shouting, trying to bring more out of her, but the pace she came into the range, for me, I thought was way over the top, and she really suffered. She had to slowly use all the 3 spare rounds.
So a good opportunity for Lien. Now she's got through the prone,
Na nézzük, hogy Lien
made one mistake,
mit fog
but
menni.
made far fewer than everyone else alongside her. Her standing shooting's not been
Utolsó
particularly good,
lövészetében, ami lesz a 7.
in the
lövészet,
relay
ugye?
in the world, she required 2 spares, but she still stands at a 67%
A
for the
fasz a
season.
6.
Although having said that, her World Championships was
Összesen a
except
6.
for the last 2 shots in just about every race.
Painful, yes. She's had a few early season glitches with her stand shooting, but it kind of improved a lot, I think, after Christmas. But mostly at the World Championships, it was good, and you carry those most recent positive feelings into your next event.
Yeah, we've got a fantastic battle for silver and bronze at the moment. Could, of course, change. One more shoot on this third leg, but Belarus, Sweden and USA locked together in battle, just a second or so separating them, and then Vitozzi is a further 12 seconds back. Now, what are we going to see? Often misses 2 on her last shoot.
Looks quite panicked. The face always gives away what you're feeling inside, quite tense.
Yeah, you can see the tension in that left eye, but that is a wonderful shot. You can see the shake.
Yeah, a little long there on the hold, running out of air. Rifle trembling.
Yeah, and that was a long way off. So 3 rounds, 2 targets. Wouldn't be a bad idea just to take 2 big breaths here. Still shaking.
Nice.
Gets that one down and a big deep breath of relief, but the others are on the charge, and Sweden looking good at the moment. 2 out of 2, 3 out of 3 for Sweden and Lynn Persson, who could well find herself in the lead. 1 shot left for Norway, 1 target remaining. Sweden are going ahead of their rivals. That is what Sweden wanted to see after their disappointment at the Nordic World Championships this morning, and Italy are out in front of Norway as well, Mike. A 33-second lead is going to turn into a 32-second.
Úgyhogy persze az élen, a fehér oroszok már is hibátlanok, Oroszország a második is, Amerika a harmadik. Úristen, az oroszok is hibátlanok. Lien. Új-Zélandnak be kell hozni.
Yeah, France have got
themselves
out as well. Wow, what a dramatic relay we've got here in Nové Město. Watch the clock for the Norwegians. Remember, 33 seconds clear coming in, 35.4 going out. A swing of over a minute on one shoot. It could happen to any of the 5 teams in front of her.
Veterans of pressure on legs 3 and 4, those who have so many years experience on the big stage, and Norway have plenty of them. But Ida Lien won't feel great about biathlon after this race.
Yeah, but she might be thinking, thank goodness I got away with it at the World Championships.
És a lengyel meg a kazakok se fognak. Igen, ők se fognak büntetőkkel futni. Jönnek a németek, meg a csehek. Jönnek a Dávidon. A németek pedig hetik. Hetik majd elrontja, de nem mehet tovább. A cseheknél van egy hiba, és úristen, a finneknek egy büntetőkön már lesz, az biztos.
The other 3 teams, all fighting it out for the Crystal Globe, are well ahead of them. Sweden are leading, Norway are in 5, France are in, Norway are in 6, France in 7.
Lehet, hogy lesz egy svéd aranyérem a nőknél. Az érdekes lesz. Érdekes lesz, hogy Márte Új-Zélandot mit fog csinálni. Utolsó emberként. Vagy így, vagy így Lien. Hát, egy kicsit elrontotta. Ez érdekes lesz.
There are many courses that don't turn left at this stage, they turn right and the climbing just continues. What a race from Italy, Mike, 17th. They're now in 2nd place, just 5.3 behind. Vera and Vitozzi have done sterling work, and they could probably do with Passler to come and give them a hand on the last leg, but instead they have Michaela Carrara. No discredit to Michaela Carrara, but Passler was so impressive at the Junior Worlds that I am slightly surprised they haven't flown her across.
Well, she certainly was. Ida Lien looks troubled to have lost that lead, and it was a decent lead, a respectable lead coming into the range. But that is biathlon, it can change so quickly. She was 35 ahead. She's now, what, 35 behind.
What do you think, Mike? Over Tiliak to Nové Město?
Oh, it's
6 hours? No,
athletes, yeah, athletes do well. I'd bring them in without a doubt. 4 hours, maybe? Of course, Obertiliak down that south-west corner, just south of Lienz down there.
Limpelson, gondolom az ellenben az elvira Überg lesz. Gondolom ugye Hannának a nővére is, és igen, ő fog zárni elvira Überg, úgyhogy rajta a világ szeme, hogy aranyérem lesz vagy nem, és osztottak az ellenben az érdekes lesz.
They can forget about Germany. There's competition behind. Italy on the far side. USA still in there fighting.
És jönnek az amerikaiak, te jó Isten. Te jó Isten.
The USA have found new life. Claire Egan, Deidre Irwin, not quite the same level as Claire Egan, who's been brilliant all season. So a top 3 would be outstanding for the Americans, but it's Sweden who lead.
És elvira Überg el is indult az utolsó váltás.
Crucially, we've got 2 shoots, one in the prone and the nerve-wracking stand shoot to finish off the day. USA just 6.6 behind. Italy at 7.6. Now hand the baton to Carrara. Vitozzi and Villa,
figyelj, de attól még benne lehet a hiba lehetőség, szóval, hogy attól még ez benne lehet, úgyhogy de ez meg kiderül, kiderül, és akkor Simon lesz az záró ember, az már biztos a franciáknak. És akkor jön akkor Új-Zéland és Simon. Jönnek a svájciak a 8. helyen. Ukrajna is jó hátul esett.
It's not easy when it's Elvira Erberg.
It's not. There's a lot of traffic in there, but some with respect, some of the teams ahead of Royston right now.
Még talán még feljebb húzhatja őket. Talán. Ugye a idei tömegrajtos világbajnoka. Hauser.
Nice work from Lynn Persson, and away goes the younger of the Erberg sisters, and Elvira looking very calm at the moment.
Just having a look at shooting times, Ida Lien into the stand shoot from coming in, rifle off to rifle on, 1 minute 12 seconds, so that's where she lost her time. Her ski speed was excellent, but it's a sport of 2 disciplines, the calm of shooting and the major aggression of cross-country skiing.
No significant change in the gap between first and second. We'll get another split time at 18.9 kilometers. Only 8 seconds separating the top 4 at the exchange. That is rare to have a relay that is so close. And decision time for Erberg. Does she go for broke, or does she just try and ski her own race, keep herself under control, particularly before she comes in for the prone shoot?
I think she has to take the option of just trying to stay calm on this first lap. She's aware now that the teams are closing. It's not by much. It's just under a second, but she feels the pressure of being chased by 3 nations. And Erberg, she was really disappointed at the World Championship. She wanted a medal. She wanted a top 5 at worst, and she only managed at best a 14th.
But
Olaszországúsa. Hát igen, ők is azért ott. De mondjuk én nem ezek annyit izébe.
next in.
Kárálában nem érzek annyit meg izébe.
She was 38 behind.
Örvénybe, hogy nem érzek, de majd megnézzük, hogy Simon meg Rőzelánt hogy lő. Majd megnézzük most Simont meg Rőzelándot. Heki, záróember a svájciaknál.
Simon for France, desperately trying to pull something back. France needed to win it today as well to take that Crystal Globe, but it's not looking that likely now.
Would have been an interesting scenario if one of the teams that is not in contention, for example, Italy, came through to win it and pushed Sweden down into second place, because then all the calculations change.
Yes, and
a férfi váltóversenyek lesznek. Utána pedig, ha minden igaz, minden igaz, szombaton. Igen, szombaton lesznek.
They're back in 14th place and will score no points in the World Cup. Germany on 216. Now, if France win, Mike, they go on to 216. If Sweden win, they go on to 216.
Szombaton lesz majd akkor a két darab sprintverseny és vasárnapig a üldöző versenyek. Na nézzük.
It's still very tight, Patrick. We've got 7 teams within 38 seconds, and as we know, very quickly time stands still when you're on the range and you're feeding those 3 spare rounds. We saw that with Ida Lien, 1 minute 12 can very easily be parked away in an instant.
Yeah, Germany, all the German fans are now cheering for Belarus, Italy and the United States, because that, I think, is their only chance of winning the Crystal Globe should one of those teams come through. There is a lot of pressure on Elvira Erberg. You can judge for yourself whether you think she's coping with it. I think would be wise just to take her time, no panic at this stage.
It's so difficult to try and keep routine as normal. There's pressure. She feels the pressure there. 2 teams alongside now. Second last shoot of the day.
Kucsinkina nagyon figyel.
Sweden keep their record of only missing 4 targets so far, with just 5 targets
jó, hát akkor svédek mennek tovább,
Italy 4 out of 4 from Carrara. She makes it 5 out of 5, pushes the Italians up into silver medal position, and Deidre Irwin, who has been busting a gut out there to try and stay with the top 3 teams, throws one wide. Now, Norway and France have got to be quick. They're running out of opportunities to make their claim for the relay Crystal Globe.
Simon, Rőzánt is volt egyet, Simon is.
Viewers supporting Sweden, who've never won the title.
Rőzánt 2-t, Simon 3-ot.
Yeah, looks good for Sweden at the moment, Mike.
Yeah, Elvira, she looked stressed mentally, physically, very calm when it came to her shooting.
Rőzánt lesz azért, és ő mehet tovább.
Simon. Mike, Sweden have to win it. They have to win it to win the to equal Germany in terms of points.
Simon, so aggressive, taking the shoulder out, the spare round in. She needed all those spare rounds to put 5 down.
I see the t-shirts back on.
I noticed that. She did miss
it.
Yeah, Lisa Theresa Hauser going really nicely. She is certainly the performer of the year, isn't she, Mike? Really transformed after Christmas.
It's so good to see an athlete that has been putting in top results, then loses their way for a season to come back and reach their best level again.
4 out of 5 of those shots going pretty much through the same hole for Elvira Erberg. Just a little low right for the last one, but the job is half done. She's got 2 laps to ski, 1 step.
Lehet, hogy ez egy svéd aranyérem lesz. Hát, hogyha a fehér oroszok ezt meg tudják nyerni, azért az nagy szám lenne. Mert mióta visszavonult Domracsava, azóta ők nem tudtak váltóba nyerni.
Second place as they left the range. They were 17th position after the first leg.
Elvira Urberg with the better standing shoot record, 83% this year. Carrara is on 80, Krushinkina is on 74. It means nothing because not all those shots have the sort of pressure that they're going to experience in a few minutes' time when they come in for the final shoot of this race. In the World Championship relay, Krushinkina with she only required one spare to clear. Carrara the same. Elvira Urberg shot 0 on her standing shoot, so maybe the advantage swinging her way.
Deidre Irwin only losing a couple of seconds from the range to this point, so the Americans firmly fixed there at the moment in 4th position. Roysland using 2 spare rounds. She took all the risk on the range, but still running 46 behind.
Yeah, Roysland is not in the sort of shape we saw prior to the Worlds, Mike. And I think that when we saw her finish in the mass start, pipped by Tyrrell Eckhoff, and missed out on a medal altogether. I think it wasn't the loss of a medal, I think it's just the loss of form that upset her more than anything else. Outskied by Tandrevold for the first time ever.
Csak én azt mondtam, hogy amióta nincsen Dobra Csaba, azóta a fehér oroszok nem olyan jók így csapatban. De mivel mondjuk már Oberhofban már volt egy második, vagy azt hiszem, hogy harmadik hely volt, már nem nagyon emlékszek, azért ahhoz, hogyha még rá tudnak még rakni egy győzelmet, az szép lenne. Biztos. Innentől kezdve ez 3 kérdéses, vagy hogyha Evra Rüberg hibátlan, de viszont Fehér Oroszország is hibátlan, akkor együtt fognak harcolni az aranyért. De hogyha hibázik az egyikük, akkor ők már esélytelenek. De azt mondom, hogy még azért még Rőzán is behúzhatja, hogyha ő hibátlan lő, de viszont a többiek még így dontogatnak egyfolytában. Akkor még ő is behúzhatja. Úgyhogy még azért onnan a norvégokat, még azért ne írjuk a norvégokat, még ők talán még be tudják hozni oda.
Carrara looking as good as she's done all season. Krushinkina of Belarus in 3rd, 15 back, and Deidre Irwin, who was with the 2nd and 3rd position, just fading a little, 12 seconds between herself and the medal positions, but a 5 out of 5 might change all that. So it'd be nice to see a new team win here. Italy haven't won this season, nor Belarus, and certainly the Americans haven't. Sweden have never won the World Cup Relay Crystal Globe. If 5 go down, they can change that.
2-ből 2. Fehér Oroszországtán is 1-ből 1. És Elvira
igen.
És hibázik Elvira, és Krushinkina is.
Luckily for her, Belarus have missed one. This next shot so key for Sweden.
Egyet. És hoppá, Elvira és Fehér Oroszország hibátlan. Mehetnek az aranyért.
Belarus come out in front and suddenly it switches.
Oroszország
have some skiing to do with Elvira Urberg.
Oroszország yet to win
this season. Oh my goodness, Mike, the pressure is on.
Oh, well, Krushinkina took 3 seconds out of the pace that Elvira Urberg set previous lap, so is that an advantage? But there's so much at stake now for Urberg. They need to win to have that crystal globe for the very first time.
Carrara, 1 target left. Irwin of USA down to her last one, on the chase for the medals now, and France with a brilliant shoot. Norway, it's been a disastrous last leg for the Norwegians, and they look so comfortable at the halfway stage. You have to feel a little bit for Italy, who set the rot in for the Norwegian team. No gold medal for them today, no crystal globe, and really the big question is, can Elvira Urberg raise her game? She must know that if she can beat Belarus, they've got their name on the trophy alongside the Germans.
hogyha a futásról van szó, szerintem akkor az nem lesz meg, de majd okosabba teszünk majd a vége felé ott a 23,7 pontos mérőpontnál. Majd ott. Aha, utol is érte. Már Elvira Urbergnál Krushinkinát. Ez érdekes lesz. Fú, de nagyon szólna, hogyha azért ennyinek a fejérizé oroszok. Nomdacsa nélkül, de jó Isten. Mennyit szólna. Mondjuk, kit érdekel a norvégok? Én szeretem őket, de és közben láttam a live-timingon, hogy kizárták a kóriaiakat, és ők jöhetnek kaptak a szlovénok, úgyhogy most már csak 19 váltó van úgymond versenybe.
Moment. 2.1 now the margin. Belarus just opening up the gap a little bit, and you can see the grimace on Erberg's face. She knows what she's got to do. She's got to live with it. Surely, as France
comes through the tunnel and into the
bronze medal position. Great comeback by the French.
Oh, that's
52 seconds behind.
Yes, left the range in 4th place, now way ahead in 3rd and looking like securing at least 3rd place. Elvira Öberg looking over her shoulder at the top of the hill, that worried me, almost as if she were giving up the fight for the gold.
Ez még így is egy szép eredmény a amerikai jachtól egy 6. hely. Ja, kár. Na nézzük. Kucsinkina marad megy. Kucsinkina. De ez még azért még mindig nem elég ahhoz, hogy... Bár mondjuk azért... Bár mondjuk ez a 2 másodperc, ez... Hát ez lehet, hogy elég lesz azért. Nem nagyon, de egy cseppet elszökön is, és hogy levegővételhez. És itt jön a vége. És itt jön. És Kucsinkina jobban bírja. Jobban bírja.
It's going to be down to the last 200 meters here in Nové Město. The title to be decided. If Sweden can win, they take the 216 points.
És nem lesz fehér orosz amennyire, nem lesz.
Erberg has to keep digging. She's travelling faster at the moment. Belarus suddenly stumble a little and Kucsinkina loses the pace as they come into the last 50 meters. And Elvira Erberg, who looked dead on her feet just 35 seconds ago, takes the win, takes the 60 points, and they draw
Svéd aranyérem Nové Městóban a női váltóban, a második fehér Oroszország. Második fehér Oroszország, és a harmadikak pedig a franciák lesznek Julia Simonnal. Gondoltam, hogy nem lesz jó a futás, de hogyha jól lő, akkor általában a futásukhoz. Simon, utána pedig az Ukrajna 5. helyen. Egy 3-as szélfotó. Norvégia, Amerika és Olaszország között. De ha jól látom, akkor Ukrajna, Norvégia, Amerika és Olaszország lesz a sorrend, utána pedig Olaszország. Ausztria.
Belarus, what's their best so far? They did get a 2nd place in Oberhof. That was a really good relay, but generally they finished between 5 and 10. So 2nd place is outstanding, but they were so close to a win. 40-50 meters in it.
A 10. helyen Léna Heki behozta a 10. helyen a svájci váltót.
Going on the steep climb after the tunnel, I wonder where ultimately that cost her.
Took all the energy out of her legs. I think it was a decent strategy. Try and get 100 meters at the bottom of that hill, and then you have a chance. But Elvira had good ski, and she has a great finish pace.
Azt hiszem, ugye? Aha, igen, ő az záró ember, és aztán egy javat a 14. helyre. És jönnek a németek a 12. helyen a németek, Franciska Price-on.
And today they're down in 12th and they miss out on their first bit of crystal glass that they could have claimed for the season. That is desperately, desperately disappointing for a nation that used to dominate. I think that will make up for the cross-country relay, Mike.
That was some relay, and I see Deidre Irwin getting supported from the line. Irwin having put so much energy into that last lap, but Elvira Öberg, what a hero.
Hátul a 14. helyen.
Yeah, Irwin in a race with Roysland and Carrara from Norway and Italy. They had a real battle over the last 2 kilometers here in Nové Město. What a way to start the week. What a way to start the 2 weeks of racing that we have here. The men's relay tomorrow, sprints on Saturday. It's going to be a long day on Saturday, and then pursuit on Sunday. We're hoping we can stay for confirmation of the overall standings.
De kár érte, ja.
Well, I actually said Germany miss out.
Most őket én is sajnálom azért. Jó lett volna, hogyha ők nyernek. Hát így
You don't think the fact that Sweden now have 2 wins will make any difference? I'm not sure it does. I think they've just accepted there will be plenty of draws in the World Cup this year.
I can't understand what happened to Krishinkina there. Did she almost just seem to give way? That's the last thing you want to do if you're leading into the final 80 meters.
És akkor most már bejöttek a szlovákok is bejöttek most már. Bejöttek a japánok a 15. helyre, utána jönnek az észek, Kádri Lekla, utána pedig a csehek a 17. helyre jön be. Biztos Elvatova, utána pedig Erika Janka jön be a 18. helyre, de ugye itt jönnek a szlovákok, akkor első körben ugye őket tudjuk, hogy bejönnek a 14. helyre. Mégis előre léptek amúgy 5 helyet, úgyhogy...
We've had a couple of teams lapped today. Not unusual. Slovakia have been lapped. Ukraine disqualified, career disqualified. Not sure what that's about. Yet to hear a report on that.
I missed that entirely, and well, the Czech Republic, it started so badly, and it continued in that same vein.
Yeah, 5 penalty loops. That's painful. That is painful. And
they had to chase after a bad start, Patrick. You've got to take risk, haven't you? But that is so painful.
Diszkvalifikálták az ukránokat.
Finishing in 17th position.
Yeah, and 21.
Diszkvalifikálták az ukránokat, magyarán így Norvégia nem az 5., hanem a 4. Az amerikaiak is feljebb lépnek, és mindenki feljebb lép. És akkor bejöttek ugye a finnek a 18. helyre. Kört kaptak ugye a... Kört kaptak ugye a szlovénok, és ugye ki vannak zárva a koreaiak, illetve az ukránok. Ki vannak zárva az ukránok. Hoppá. De vajon mi miatt vannak kizárva? Lehet, hogy nem teljesítették az egyetlen egyezést. Büntetőkört.
But the pressure is what made those shots fly wide.
Well, we know what Ukraine were disqualified for. That was the exchange that we saw. Yes, absolutely.
Hát akkor a harmadik helyen a francia váltó.
Third place going to France. A good comeback from them. Bescon.
Annie Bescon, Justin Bressaz, Cor, Chevalier és Julia Simon.
On that final leg, showed us what a talent she is, and I suspect there might be a World Cup win or 2 coming her way over the next 2.5 weeks of competition.
A második helyen Kuchinkinya, Hanna Szóla, Gilana, Anin Brekava. És ki is a 4. ember, ugye megtalálom.
Belarus finishing second behind Sweden. Bråsen, Öberg, Persson, Öberg. The sisters have done it again.
És a 4. ment a első ember pedig volt Irina Kyykó. Jó, és akkor ugye a győzelem Lesz még egy live és most ugye az elsőkedtek a svédek, Ola Björnsson, Hanna Öberg, Lee Persson és Eira Öberg. Ők négyen lettek az emeljelmesek.
Raised her game over the last 2 kilometers and came back from a 15-meter deficit to win just as she crossed the line. Really dramatic stuff here in Nové Město.
What a fantastic final leg to bring victory and the globe with it. Can you tell us what's the emotion at the moment?
I'm so tired. It was such a fight on the final lap. But I'm also so happy, and I'm so happy that I managed to. We exchanged in the lead, and I was able to keep the lead. I've never experienced anything like this, and it's a new situation for me. So I'm so happy that I managed to do it, and the fact that we bring home the globe, it's crazy.
Congratulations, enjoy it.
Thank you.
So Sweden win the first relay of the season in Kontiolahti. They win the last relay in the season here in Nové Město to claim the Crystal Globe. What a story, Mike! And they deserve it. They've been pretty strong all the way through the year. They've coped with a real drop-off of form.
They have, and I think you're right. Lynn Persson was the key. They were thereabouts, but Lynn Persson gave it momentum, gave the big nudge for Elvira to bring them home to their spectacular victory and the overall Crystal Globe.
Yeah, there we had it. The second win for Sweden makes all the difference because equal with points on Germany on the countback, they have been given the Crystal Globe. I wonder who's going to get to put that in their luggage on the way back. Will it be Hanna Öberg, or perhaps it should go to Elvira for that effort on the last loop?
Oh, I would put it on display on the flight, and yes, she really did secure that with a huge fight.
Great pictures of the victors here in Nové Město. A fabulous team effort by Sweden. Bråsen started it off. Hanna Öberg looked tired. She really is very tired. I bet she can't wait for the end of the season. And there you see the Nations Cup score. Sweden now with a decent margin. It's not huge over Norway. There's lots to fight for over the next few days. Norway need Roysland to find some form again before the end of racing this year. USA improved their position with a good relay today. Finished just outside the leading positions. Faded badly on the last run.
So until bonsoir is bonjour. Nothing in between.
Well, there's plenty of World Championship action coming up from Oberstdorf. The ski jumping on, it's a qualifying session later on with David Goldström. And the ski jumping has been as exciting as the cross-country skiing, which was absolutely outstanding today. And the cross-country skiers will be back in action tomorrow with the men's relay.
Na hát akkor mi még megverjük a...
Mike, any other comments, any athletes you think need highlighting?
Well, I think that as a team, the American team, that was a wonderful fifth place, I'm sorry, at the end, and maybe a sign of things to come.
Sweden, Belarus, France on the podium in the women's 4x6. Norwegians miss out. The Americans so close. The Italians look good and finished 6th. Great effort from Carrara on the last leg. Russia down in 7th, and the World Cup leaders Germany down in 11th and missing out on the big prize.
Alex Scheckel, yesterday we got the information Halvor was tested positive. Today he won the World Cup overall. Yeah. A strange situation.
Yeah, it's a really strange situation, and it's of course difficult for him that he is in isolation. He cannot visit. Nobody can meet him. He's on his own, so he has to be happy about this victory on his own. We can only use phone calls to congratulate him. I think he was really happy, and I think this might give him also a boost now in the situation he is in, of being positive and on COVID. His status is quite okay.
Yeah, Simon on standby in London for the ski jumping.
He will get better soon.
Lovely.
So in an ideal case, we can see him back for the final in Planica?
Yeah, if everything goes really well and he's symptom-free and he gets tested negative again in time, then he will show up in Planica and hopefully take the glass ball personally.
And celebrates a bit. Thank you very much, Alex. Good luck here today.
Thanks.
Na közben ugye a franciák akkor ugye átveszik a harmadik helyen járó, ugye.
Hi Dave, could you hear me? It's Simon. Magic, sorry about that.
A harmadik helyen járó.
It looks like these
úgyhogy, ja. A másik helyen pedig ugye a fehér oroszok, ők kapják az ezüstérmet, ugye. Szóla már fel akarta menni azon a nyelmet. Szegény. De megérdemelték volna. Szegénykék. És akkor jönnek a első helyre a svédek, akik ugye megszerezték így a aranyérmet a női váltó versenyen.
Bei der WM war ein Besuch von der Bildfläche. Kein Bruder, das Team auch? Der ist im EBU Cup Coach. Ah, okay. War eh nicht so gut. Aber hübsch. Ja, das ist hübsch mir wieder. Die Mädchen haben nie.
Ja, igen. Se nem őt. Kellene üdött én is. Na hát akkor hallgassuk a svéd himnuszt. Nem lesz himnusz? Vagy de? Vagy nem lesz himnusz mégse?
Závodu štafet. V Novém Městě na Moravě první závodní den je tady za námi, nezbytná selfiečka na svých vítězů a pojďme na pozvánku pro třetí odpoledne.
Hát srácok, akkor ennyi volt a női váltóverseny, én nem tudtam az első váltásnál becsatlakozni, mert elfelejtettem a kezdetet. Holnap akkor lesz a férfi váltóverseny, majd én ezt este ugye, majd holnap este adom nektek ugye felvételről ugye, most pedig elbúcsúzunk, és akkor jövünk vissza este egy ilyen 7 körül a Biathlon podcasttel, úgyhogy mindenkit tartson akkor velem, a VB-ről fogunk beszélgetni, és erről a szép sportágról, úgyhogy jók lehetek, sziasztok!